Agada.
Mbijan raganya.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code Njie.
Okay. Korsa. Nsila ID soto.
Ah, that's what. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara Allah service o tariya.
Ah,
mbare ki janna nun kunu bara tariya.
Ah, jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbali ya bere. Ha. Birim koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato ni fo bolong blabe.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jam.
Ha?
Ka. Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nko kodo kiya bere. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta même na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw jannam number 1 di nyonta andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale wala nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi ma nin domorol din fana be teata Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale je
ha wo mo yo diat ha
apelenta
baraka ni na lafta nyelen kendol e bina
yalo bu kanina ko la baraka ba
yalo ndel chosano lo
baraka.
Gamcell data, now even better. Enjoy 20% extra data on all Gamcell data bundles. Buy 20 megabytes and get extra 4 megabytes. Buy 50 megabytes and get extra 10 megabytes. Buy 100 megabytes and get extra 20 megabytes. Any amount of Gamcell data bundle you buy, you will receive 20% extra data for free. Dial *302* data amount hash or go to your Yaiburum.
Better than sending money.
For the first time in the history of the Gambia, Gambia Printing Publishing Corporation proudly introduces the Biliomatic exercise book printing machine. The machine has the capacity to print
We live in a day and age where technology is creating a world without borders, filled with unlimited potential to improve the lives of the people around us. Innovarex Global Health ushers in a new way of leveling the playing field with increased access to quality healthcare services delivered at your doorstep. Our qualified professionals are equipped with state-of-the-art point-of-care testing technology to conduct tests such as kidney function,
Hello and welcome to the brunch. I am Lamin Cham and this is your weekly look at current affairs here in the Gambia. Of course, we are in the political season. Nominations for the 120 area council wards have started across the country. On Monday will be the turn of the governing National People's Party. The party, of course, is in alliance with several others. And today we will learn how the National People's Party is approaching the local government elections from the wards to the chairman/mayorship. We will discuss the recent primaries and selection of candidates for the party across the country, including, of course, the controversial primaries in West Coast region. We will also discuss the party's prospects for the regional chairmanship/mayor elections coming in May, on the 20th to be exact, the party's preparations and all other things you would like to know about the NPP today. Now, with me in the studio to do that, well, no other person but the deputy spokesman of the NPP, the Honorable Seedy Njie, is also the deputy speaker of the National Assembly. Mr. Njie, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, let's go into 126. Well, of course, Monday in the morning will be the NPP's nomination for candidates across the country for councillors. 120 I've said. Now, how many of these 120 we start with are you going for? Are you going to fill with candidates?
The National People's Party will fill in 103 out of the 120.
So it will be only 17 that will be left to your partners. And who are these partners?
No, 21.
21 rather.
Yes, APRC will, of course, they fill in 17.
17.
And the NRP will fill in 4.
In 4.
Then
Where are those?
The 4 for NRP are in CRR North.
Which constituency?
Nyanija, that's one ward.
Okay.
We have Dinja ward, Panchan ward, and Kaur ward.
Okay. These are in Upper Salum and
Lower Salum and Nyanija.
And Nyanija.
Yes, they are to be filled by the National Reconciliation Party, NPP.
How about the APRC?
The APRC fill in 17.
In which regions?
In West Coast, they fill in 12.
Okay.
And in the KM, 5.
5.
Yes.
Do you know any specific areas in the KM? The Bundung 6 Johnson,
yes,
I guess?
in the KM is Bundung 6 Johnson, Talending North, Ibo Town Josuang Ward, that's one ward.
Okay.
And the Abuko Ward.
I see. And in the
Abuko Ward, and as well the Kotu Manja. You know, they are the incumbent of Kotu.
Oh, they are the incumbents.
Yes.
Are they the incumbents in this country? No.
They are incumbent in, apparently, no, they lost the Bundung 6 Johnson during the by-election to Doi.
To Doi, yeah. Okay.
They were the incumbent. And they are
but they are contesting there?
Yes, they are the incumbent in Abuko Ward, in Talinding North Ward, in Kotu Manjai Ward.
Okay. What about in West Coast? Where is the APRC?
They are contesting all the 10 foreigners except the Bantanjang Ward and the Sintet Ward.
Oh,
which are to be
contesting all the foreigners?
Yes, except the Bantanjang Ward.
Haven't they learned their lesson from the National Assembly elections?
Except the Bantanjang Ward and the Sintet Ward, which are to be filled in by the...
Why do you think they stand any chance there better than the NPP? Because normally you go for strategic alliance.
Yes, you know, strategic alliance, you know, you have to take into account of the incumbency.
Oh, those were they are incumbents.
Yes.
But then, they were incumbent in National Assembly election. They were defeated. Why do you think they will not be defeated in those wards by these the rival factions?
Because these are two different elections.
Okay.
The National Assembly and also the local government elections.
Yeah.
And in fact, we are going into the local government election with experience of both the presidential and the parliamentary elections.
So you
our
have
strategy,
a more mature approach now.
Our strategy, our tactics, and our formidable force we had in the parliamentary, in the presidential election. So we've learned our lessons. If there are any mistakes made, and we're going to overcome them. And there's going to be huge difference from the parliamentary election and that of the local government election. And as partner parties to the ruling NPP, we are all the partner parties and the ruling NPP supporters and membership and also sympathizers. We've learned and we're committed towards delivering a befitting election victory for the coalition partners.
Okay, let's go. Monday is your nomination, but let's go track. You have said it is NRP and APRC that you are in this coalition. There are others, of course, but they did not fill any nomination.
Yeah, the alliance, the Grand Alliance, is more than to the NRP, APRC, and NPP.
There's GANO.
We have there's GANO, there's ANRD, there's GPDP, there's NCP, and Citizen Alliance as well.
Okay.
And so we are all going into, and also of course independent, we are all going into this election as a formidable force united in purpose and in action, in ensuring that we all go in all out to make sure that each vote count and each word count and each word and each vote matters to us as a coalition partners, and of course it matters to the president and to every Gambian. That is why we will do whatever it takes within the remits of the law and also within and to get those votes for our partner parties and the NPP.
Why do you think the others in your partnership are not filing nominations? Is it that they don't have the strength, or strategically you agree that okay, they should let the NPP or the APRC or NRP, as the case may apply, contest, and they support them? Why don't they want to contest on their own?
Yes, we all see the greater interest, and we believe that whether NRP, GPDP, or NPP, or NCP, or APRC, we are all partner parties, and anyone that is contesting is like it's equal to any other party contesting. So we are seeing it along that line, and that we are all committed, and we all agree that we are all important political parties, and we all have a stake in those wards and in those constituencies and in those regions and the country at large. So we are not in a position to say because X is weak or X is stronger. No, that does not exist with our partnership. So we thought it's important to come together and to support where necessary the incumbent, the ruling government, and also where necessary other partner parties that are incumbent in those wards, and then all hands to be on deck to deliver a victory.
You can say, of course, it was a smooth alliance. Because this brings to mind the case of the PPP. The PPP apparently have declared that they are going on their own. They have even named the candidates they think where they've selected to choose, rather to contest in the regional and some places ward election. Why do you think the PPP felt that they've not been given their due? For example, they mentioned that the initial press release that came out from your party, you did not even mention them. And plus other things, they felt that they had not been given their due in this alliance, and even in the government that came after the 2021 elections. And you were at the center of those negotiations, or that fallout, so to speak. How did it go? Let's hear from you for the first time, because the PPP's leader, Kerr was here. He felt that there was no interest or willingness on the side of the NPP to give them their due. For example, they can't afford not to contest elections. I mean, so that being the case, they will have to contest on their own, otherwise the party will die.
Not necessarily. As a party, we are committed to our partner parties and our alliance with each and every political party, and we do not and will not gauge or measure strength of partner parties based on region or based on seat or based on popularity, because our party leader believed that in election it's about numbers, and each party, each voter count and matters to him and to the National People's Party. And it is our desire to keep all the partner parties with us intact, and we go in for local government elections as we did in the presidential election. And in the process, inadvertently, if any partner parties felt has been for one reason or the other, we regret that PPP is not coming with us for the local government in some part. In democracy, it's about the majority. So once the majority speak, so we will appeal on the minority to join forces for the greater interest of the party.
So how comfortable is the NPP in Basse?
Yes, we will win 100%, inshallah. 100% comfortable.
How is it that we saw the nomination of the GDC, in for example, in Jimara, where the leader comes from yesterday, was it? Yeah, a couple of days ago. And there's still a lot of enthusiasm for GDC in that area.
Yes, some will just participate for merely participating, and also to add in probably in the refund fare. So, but not necessarily.
Are you saying that the GDC, which used to be very strong in that area, is done and dusted?
Yeah, the going by scientific figures.
Scientific figures.
It's a done deal for the NPP
in that area.
Yes.
Let's come to the CRR, both CRR South and North. I think let's first deal with Janjambore. I mean, you seem to have maintained. Is it Janjambore or Kuntaur? Seku Kamara. Seku Kamara.
No, that is Kuntaur. Kuntaur is Seku Jawara, and then Janjambore
Yes.
is Sawane.
Sawane. Let's go to Kuntaur. You retain Jawara because he's cross-carpeted from UDP to the NPP.
From GDC.
GDC to your NPP. And I mean, how comfortable are you that he will maintain that seat, even when he has angered his GDC supporters in the region, in the municipality, or whatever you call it?
Yes, now he is contesting under the ticket of the NPP, not GDC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he must have angered the GDC supporters there by cross-carpeting.
Yeah, GDC more or less now have no, they have no base in Sierra North or in the Kuntaur Area Council administrative area, and they certainly would never pose a threat to the NPP candidate for the chairmanship of the Kuntaur Area Council. And of course, as I said in URR, I just want to appeal on all those who went in for the primaries to rally behind the NPP.
So you seem to have realized that there are problems still that came out from your primaries.
No, certainly, not problem, but internet democracy, where you have more than one candidate. Of course, even if it's one vote, maybe the opponent also may have an influence over. So because of when you have primaries for a position in the party, it's the responsibility of the one that wins and also the party to reconcile and face the common purpose of winning. Because in this instant, we are going in as NPP, but we are not going in as individual party candidates who are canvassing to win the primaries of a party seat. But now we are going in for a national election on behalf of the party. So therefore, it's our responsibility as party officials and party surrogates to call on all our supporters who were one way or the other following different candidates, different aspirants, now to come together and form a united front for a common purpose. So that's on those basis, I'm calling on all those who were one way or the other, not probably with the aspirants or the
eventual winner
who eventually won those primaries, to rally behind them and then move on. And we also advise that those who won all primaries to engage and to reach out to other people for the common interest, not only on them, but also for the party. We recognize that there were some internal party democracies and differences in all the regions, but on those bases, we are doing our best to make sure that we unite all of them.
You also in the NBR, I think you kind of nominated a former GDC, if I'm right.
Yes,
Tunkara,
yes, Papanjai Tunkara from Frafenye. Yes,
so another GDC combat.
Yes, he will be our candidate for the chairmanship of Kerr Area Council.
So why do you assess he is the best, or you targeting?
No, not necessarily us, but the locals, the people on the ground who were the delegates, because each region we have people from constituencies and wards of that region, and the regional executive, because they are the one on the ground, they're the one who know their people, so we gave them that privilege to elect who would be the candidate for the National People's Party, because as I said, it's a privilege, and that we believe that we as a party we accord them to ultimately they will be the voters in that region.
Mansakonko, you have Sajasar, I think from Japine village, is it?
Yes.
How do you come by? Because when I first checked, there were aspirants from the Kabada area. A lot of them were very strong in that. Aren't they disappointed that you went into get somebody from the middle of the Jara Central, etc., and not them?
It was an election.
And
it was free, fair, and transparent. It was tough there and almost every other place. It was very tough, but the process was very transparent, which was supervised by the National Executive. So we are looking into all those candidates, and then we will look at all of them, and then go in for elections.
Okay. Let's go to the KM. There it was said that you handpicked Bakari Badji. Even before the race starts, the primary, so to speak, you handpicked Bakari Badji. He was himself quoted in the media to say the NPP approached him to contest. And then even before the primaries, he was allegedly quoted saying he is the candidate for he had these backroom discussions, where he said he's supposed to be the candidate for the party in the KM. So that's not going to be a fair deal to some of the aspirants for the party in there, like the Mustafas and some other candidates there.
No,
Why was he
there was no primaries in KM because the party, following consultations and extensive observation and engagement with political pundits, supporters, and membership of the National People's Party. Of course, the party unanimously agreed that the Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Bakari Badji, will be the party's candidate for the mayoral in KM. And we believe in engagement, and the party does not believe in imposing people. That is why there was engagement for over 6 months or so of would-be interested applicant, so that we look at the greater interests of the party, and on those basis, consensus, of course, to a greater extent, was reached to get Bakari Badji as the candidate.
But there are still people who wanted a primary.
Yes, whatever one does, people, there will be some who would oppose. They will come up with their own school of thought or opinion. For instance, some believe that we should not go in for primaries. We should accord the privilege only should stop at the regional executive identify 3 and send them to the national executive for vetting and subsequent selections. Others said no, let's give them the opportunity to elect, and there was this opinion that it might create a lot of rambling, a lot of confusion, a lot of division. And others said, no, that's bound to happen. We can mend fences before election. So whatever one does, you will have a group of people who will oppose to it.
Banjul also seemed to be a very easy process. Ibu Fai. There, in fact, we haven't had anybody from your party even expressing interest. Was there anyone part?
Yeah, Banjul also, we approached the same we did in KM for them to get a consensus, and then including the regional committee and the constituencies and those aspirants, they all worked together in ultimately getting to Mr. Ibu Fai. And in fact, in Banjul also, even the councillors, they all engage the team, Ibu Fai and others, they engage. They got some of the incumbents who are with us, and in their other wards, they, finally agreed on to selecting instead of going in for primaries for those wards. So there also consensus was also built.
Now let's turn to Brikama. Of course, everybody agreed that your primaries in Brikama, actually the West Coast, ended in a fiasco that is still raging. Ahmad Jite in the first primaries scored, according to him, 31. In fact, let me ask you, whose idea was to introduce to replace marbles or whatever form with chewing gums? That guy is quite innovative, but whose idea was it?
I'm not in the position to know or to tell who idea was that, because I was in CRR, and what the objective was to just to go in the absence of consensus, and they go in for election,
And
for secret balloting.
They actually had the elections. There were 31 chewing gums, whether it is a chewed one or untouched one. 31 chewing gums were found in Ahmed Jita's ballots, 30 in Seedy's. Yet the officials declared the chewing gum, the winning vote, as the chewing gum that has been tampered with and therefore not allowed. Yet there was no regulations which says that chewing gum must be left intact in the box.
No, our understanding, they uses chewing gum as ballot token, as marbles.
Yeah.
And the chewing gum they were using was the unpeeled one.
But it didn't say that the chewing gum should be left unpeeled.
No, it also didn't say
that one should chew it.
It also didn't say one should chew it.
Yeah,
and once it is chewed,
Yeah.
it should be accepted. It didn't also say that.
But the law did not
Now
say that if it's chewed, it should not be accepted.
now here is the law of common sense.
Yes.
You are given a ballot token.
Yes.
And against a number of voters.
Yes.
And the token that you are given is unpeeled chewing gum.
Yes.
It's covered and everything.
Yes.
So those are the ballots.
Yes.
So the infamous here is that it's a common agreement that everybody agreed. It's common law that the ballot that they were using at this instant in Brikama for the chairmanship election is an unpeeled chewing gum.
No, I mean, they said chewing gum. That is the one that has been in a packet. Yes, I agree. But it didn't say that if the chewing gum is chewed, that will mean it's invalidated. There's no clause in the whatever procedures they use which says the gum should not be chewed.
By common agreement,
yes,
that it says the chewing gum that is to be valid is the unpeeled one. Why? Ask me why.
But that was not said. I mean, everybody was there.
Because
it wasn't said to the public, to the voters, delegates, that your gums must not be chewed. That was not told.
That's why it was never said to the delegate that your gum, either it is chewed or not chewed, is a valid vote. It was never said. Okay, let me come. Let me respond. Let me finish. Now, when everybody was seated and they saw them the chewing gum, unpeeled one, they said this is the token. The type of chewing gum they have, and now the commonly used gum are different.
Pardon?
The type of chewing gum they use for the ballot box, and the commonly used by men and women or girls and boys is different.
Oh, okay.
Because most of them now uses the extra gum,
so it's the
while they uses the all type one.
Whatever gum.
And everybody was shown that is the unpeeled one. So by law, by common agreement, everybody agreed that the ballot token to be casted and to be counted will be the unpeeled one. No, wait, no, Lamin, wait, common sense. No, let me come, please.
That is true. But
nobody. All right, that's true. No, let me come.
Nobody said it must not be chewed. When it is chewed,
you have said it several times. Now allow me to finish.
Okay.
As your guest. Now that's what they gave them to go and vote. The unpeeled gum. Any other material, just like in the body, any other material found in the ballot box other than unpeeled gum is a foreign material, not issued by the authority supervising the election. Any other material found in a box other than the unpeeled chewing gum is a foreign element that have not been issued by the issuing authority. So now they went to count.
Exactly.
After the vote, everybody was seated.
Yes.
And our understanding is they were counted.
Yes.
And when they counted, each had 30. And there was a foreign element that was not issued. No, wait, let me come in, Lamin. Because the people, those who went there to supervise, they have not issued to anyone a chewed gum, a gum that is unpeeled, chewed, they remove it from their mouth and hand it over to a voter to say, go and vote. So therefore, that chewed gum did not emanate and didn't come from the people who are the issuing authority. The issuing authority have not issued a gum that is chewed.
Okay.
So on that basis, they finally said, because we have not issued that gum, it is not valid. No. And common sense dictates that that gum should not and would not count. No. So now they said there is tie. Good. And once there is tie and there's going to be rerun, it should be only 2.
Good. You know,
that's what they told us.
You mentioned you weren't there. You were in CRR.
Yes.
Wherever. Maybe that is why you probably did not offer with exactly some of the things that happened.
Yes.
Because even the person who was supposed to have chewed the gum came forward to say that he or she, like I had the audio, I don't know, was the one who chewed the gum. Now, after they tallied the votes, they actually discovered that the number of votes cast is exactly the total register. So that gum actually represented a voter. Now you said common sense.
No, Lamin.
No, you said customs. Assuming it was common sense, there was no laid down regulation as to whether the gum should be chewed or should remain intact. You said common sense dictated that the gum should be left intact. I said in the
I can assure you.
I said
I can assure you.
Let me assure you. Let me learn. In the absence of a written down protocol, common law prevails that if you find the gum in in whatever form.
No, common law. How does common law prevail?
You said what happened is common law said the gum should have been left intact because that's how they were issued. Now, if you issued and you found that the gum has been chewed, but you found the chewed one in the box of one of the candidates, now you said that gum is a foreign one because of the fact that it has been chewed. You are not even saying that it is not, you are not saying that it's not the gum that has been originally issued. That's where the problem is. It is the gum that has been issued.
No.
Did you contest that it is the gum that has been issued?
No, in this instant, that chewed gum was not issued by the issued authority.
Are you sure that? Is it a different one? It's a different one?
You see, Lamin.
I'm saying, did they discover that it was a different form of chewing gum? Like you said, the Hollywood was not used. It's the old one. So was it Hollywood that was discovered?
No. You see, Lamin.
Did they determine I'm asking.
The determination first, the first test was the gum should be on peel one, not chewed. Once it is chewed, it's not a gum issued by the issuing authority. I was not there, but what the issuing authority were issuing, and you said common law dictates. Common law is a practice that.
Let me remind you that Lamin Njie, the chairman, was here on Kerr, Fatou, and he did actually say that. The person who, if I hear him well, the person who chewed the gum actually came forward to say, I got the ballot and I'm a delegate. Everybody know the person to be a bona fide delegate. And he or she came and said, I am the one who chewed the gum. It's not enough for you to recognize that this is
if Lamin Njie said that the members of the National Executive who were there to supervise, for them and common sense dictate that they have not issued a chewed gum to any voter to go and vote. Because of that, there is therefore the gum that they issued were only on peel once. So if there is any peel, is common sense. Also dictated. Let me finish. Let me finish this. No, let me finish this.
Before the ballot.
Let me finish this. Before the ballot were taken, their agent must have witnessed that the ballots were empty. Nothing was there.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yes. And so everybody agreed that everybody's ballot was empty.
Let me finish.
There wasn't any chewing gum in our Jesus box
let me finish.
Before the voting. Everybody confirmed that.
Let me finish. You are my good friend.
If
you were a politician, I would have accused you of
siding with Jesus. No.
Let me finish.
We are trying to establish.
Yeah, we are established. Let me finish. Everybody confirmed that the ballot boxes were empty.
Yes.
And they were carried to voting.
Exactly.
Good. And this, when they started voting, they knew that it was a gum
that they are going to use.
Yes. I have a gum and I'm chewing the gum.
Okay.
I did not establish how are they going to use the gum. And I am chewing. I had the intention to give whosoever my candidate two votes.
2 votes.
Yes.
Okay.
I am determined. The one I'm chewing,
Yes.
and what they are going to give me,
Yes.
I will give them 2 votes.
Okay.
I come in, and the issuing authority issued me an unpeeled gum.
Yes.
I am chewing another one in my mouth.
Yes.
I went in there, I casted that one, and removed this one in my mouth, and put it in.
But when they counted, there was no extra vote. There would have, in your sense,
There
would have been extra vote.
No,
listen,
who
there would
told
have
you
been
that?
extra vote.
Who told you that? They said when they counted.
No, they counted 81. I think it was 81 exactly.
Who said that?
No, that was declared. They counted the ballots
No,
cast,
in fact, no.
and they found no extra vote.
No, in fact, when they counted,
Yes.
the total number, the 81 did not turn up.
Are you saying that? They said that.
No.
Okay. But whatever happened, the
No.
ballots that were cast, listen, there was nobody outside the delegates who was represented by a vote. Everybody in the vote, whether the old 81 turn up, but everybody who voted had their votes counts, and they counted the votes against the delegates, and that was tallied.
No.
So there wasn't any extra vote.
I didn't have that information here with me.
The thing is, there would have been there would have been an issue.
No, I didn't have that.
If there was an extra vote
No,
more than the people.
No,
who
I
voted.
didn't have that information. Information.
But since you are now portraying,
No,
if that had happened,
the information.
there would have been an extra vote.
No, the information you are telling me.
Yeah.
I have not received that information.
That's right. Maybe that's why there wasn't extra vote. That would have been the issue.
No, I have not received that information. Whether the entire 81 voted, and there was exactly only 81 chewing gum plus the one chewed. But what I am saying is, on the basis of common sense, that those who were there to supervise that election decided that they must go in for a rerun, and their decision was final.
Okay.
And then that's why a rerun was conducted.
Fantastic. All right. That is where the problem is. I mean, everybody agreed that it should have been a chewing gum. The amount of chewing gum that was given was the amount they found, except one. Then
everyone agreed that those chewing gum, the valid votes to be counted, would be on peeled chewing gum.
All right. That's where the problem. You said it was a foreign material. If there was a stone.
Even that chewing gum is a foreign material.
Because it was a stone. One could have said if there was a stone or some projectile or some other object other than a gum in our Gita's box, what would I have said? Well, that's probably disqualified. But the ballot is gum. There is a gum.
Okay, can I come in?
Yeah.
IEC are issuing Mabul.
Yeah.
Mabul.
But it's only invalid.
Let me come in. Let me come in. Whenever IEC is counting their marbles, if there is a stone in a ballot box, that stone will not be counted.
In fact, they make sure that nothing is in that there.
No, even if someone can put in, if any time they are counting, and there's a stone, that stone will not be counted.
That's what I'm saying. That's true. But
so now it's true. No,
that's a marble.
No, let me come in.
If there was a split marble,
that's why marble.
No, I'm saying if the marble was there, but it was split.
No, they will not issue a split marble.
No, I mean
they will not count them. If it is split, they will not count it.
Okay, so
they will not count it.
So this gum, since it was not
because it was a on peel gum, they have not issued a chewed gum.
Yes.
And the gum they found there was chewed.
But that represents
now the highest probability is that I am chewing a gum.
Yeah.
And I am given a gum. I voted twice.
You said somebody voted twice. I'm saying in that case they would have discovered that extra vote more than the total delegates who cast their votes. That was not the case.
I cannot confirm this assertion.
You mean
I have to go back to the records and come back later.
I'm telling you that all those who voted, whether they are 81 or not,
because what you are telling me,
the register that voted exactly
because
is the
what you are
amount of
telling
votes.
me, if that's what Lamin Jatta said,
no, I'm not saying what Lamin Jatta said. That I'm saying that Lamin Jatta said he heard that this 31 has been 31 votes have been from GTS, and he would have normally thought that the gum should have counted. That was his personal opinion.
Yeah, that's personal opinion.
Yeah, that's his personal opinion.
That doesn't make
sense.
That doesn't make it right now.
It makes sense.
No.
Okay, what do you make of Mr. Jeter's claims, allegations that he believes that there are people in the national executive who don't want him to be the flag bearer of the NPP in this chairmanship election? Why do you think anybody would not like, among you people, for Jeter to be the candidate?
I'm not sure, but people are entitled to their opinions, and they may be right, they may not be right. What we saw is internal democracy. free, fair, and transparent elections. And those who voted, in fact, it might not even make any difference if one reason or the other, a member or two of the national executive do not want you to be elected, but ultimately that executive member is not going to vote. So it's not important. What's important here is the people who are voting, and you go in and canvass the vote from them, and they will decide. It's not national executive members in this instant who decided in the case of Birkama Area Council, Kuntaur, Janjambure, Basse, Kerwan, or Mansa Congo, or Banjul, unlike that of KMC. So it is decided by the regional and the constituency executive who they delegated as delegates to the elections. So it's more or less between a dead horse.
Now, what do you make of his declaration that he is going to run independent? And he did say that he has not renounced his membership of the NPP, but he believed that he was robbed of the candidates of the party's flag bearership or whatever. But he's going independent. Now he's going against the official candidates of your party. Are you not worried that he's going to split your votes?
He have not been registered yet as an independent, and I just want to appeal.
He said it.
I just want to appeal unto him and all those who had an intention to contest independent, either as ward councillors or chairmen or mayors, to rethink and rescind their decision and come back to the party, because for us, we want all our party members and supporters to remain in the party, however difficult such decision or opinion they might believe or they might, face with, to consider the greater interest of the party and come and join the party.
Since this crisis started, did any of you try to talk to Mr. Njie and made him drop his opposition or whatever grievances he has?
At the time, they were all free to go in and canvass for the chairmanship. And since after the elections, people have not, we've not been or notified or come to our know of people who have intended to go in for independent, even though I think he had his press conference yesterday.
Yes.
So we saw where he confirmed, and it's just we are in the morning or just early afternoon. So it's in our best interest and common practice that to engage all those who want to go in for independent, to engage them and to see way forward. And hopefully we will engage all of them, including Njie himself.
Njie said he's not been fairly treated. He contributed, in his own words, immensely to the formation, the promotion, the development, popularity of the NPP. And he believed, he always said that if the party itself was interested in getting the chairmanship, with all what he had done, he probably thought he would have just been, everybody's choice in the party. Now he believed that people who have been, some of the people like Mr. Sise, with all due respect, he said those ones have not been known to be members of the NPP. Let me ask you, before we come on air, one NPP supporter asked Mr. Njie, Ahmad Njie and Seedy Njie, whom did he know to be NPP? Among the two, who's most prominently did you know to be NPP?
I know both of them as NPP.
Really? How long ago?
To God, I know all of them as NPP.
How long ago?
NPP was born in 2019 December.
Yes.
And I knew Seedy and Ahmed Njie both.
We are all members of the NPP.
Let me finish, sir.
Yes.
I know Seedy and Ahmed Njie of both being supporters of the agenda of President Barrow. Barrow Youth for National Development, Barrow Fans Club, and the formation. People I knew who support the president prior to 31st December 2019, and there on board I will see all of them as founding members of the NPP.
So it doesn't matter.
You talked about being contributors.
Yes.
You see, the NPP farmer or the farmer in Bolibana, in Pasamas, in Nyanija, who get into these gele-geles or who ride on a motorbike or bicycle or walked to an NPP meeting and spend his $5, maybe his monthly earning is $20 or $30, with the one who probably earns $100,000 a month and spend $10,000 a year or 6 months in the NPP, and the one walk for kilometers to attend. In fact, that person contribute more to NPP than me, who is giving $10,000, because ultimately he cannot even have $10 to put on his table. But because he believes in the party's programs, the party's policies, the leadership foresight, and the interests of the party, they are either equal or he's more equal to the task than Seedy Njie. So therefore, as a spokesperson of the party, I am here to recognize the effort of those who are toiling and moiling for the party. Whether you give $1 billion or you give $5, we are all equal, and we believe that politics is about numbers, and the party do not want to sit down and try to segregate or to say the support, the level of support or contribution of X is minimal. This is up to this level, and we want to treat everybody. That is why when positions were out, we said every member or supporters have equal right and opportunity to contest and seek for position in the party. So on that basis, I want to appeal to either GT or all those who have contributed immensely and continue to contribute to the party, to still come back to the party and still to continue to contribute and support the party.
Will Gita's critics, and many observers agreed with those critics outside your party, in fact, said when he came out with a video criticizing the First family and, in fact, criticizing the president's handling of that fiasco he claimed he had with the First Lady. And of course, his deliberate supporting of opposition against the official candidates in the National Assembly elections. These are the issues they said that your party have been made to be unforgivable to Ngite, and therefore not sympathetic to his bidding to be the flag bearer, even though you know overwhelmingly that he has the greatest support. Why wouldn't you, in the interest of the party, forego whatever misgivings you may have about him to allow him to contest, especially when everybody believes he is clearly the most popular in the region in your party?
Whatever one's behaviors, whether positive or negative, if it's negatively impact on any individual, whether in position of authority or not, in this instance you refer to the First Lady, we want to say that it's regrettable, and it is not the wish of the party, and our instructions are that we want all party membership and supporters to be mindful with their words and actions and deeds, and as they go in for either in their political discourse or their opinion for and on behalf of the party, to the position of the party that we do not want to infringe on the rights and liberties of people, and as politicians and as political party, we do not condone to mischievous or language that are not that will not stand the test of time, and that we encourage our people to be civil in their political discourse and to also be guided by the terms of reference and also the code of conduct of elections and politics and democracy and good governance.
You don't want to specifically say that Gita's alleged rantings against the First family might have been his undoing?
No, certainly, because no member of the First family was a delegate at West Coast, and the National Executive, we are never delegates at West Coast, and the delegates at West Coast, they are citizens of West Coast region, and they are also entitled, when people are going for elections, a lot of factors guide their decision to cast,
such as what
cast.
Such as what the party leader felt about it.
They are entitled to their decisions as to their messagings, as to probably in case of a party or the ruling party, their programs, their development agenda, and they are guided by those things, and they vote based on those things. And so if any candidate have the upper age is more popular than the other among those delegates, certainly you will win. And when you win, we want to urge everybody to come on. At this instant, at this point in time, we are calling all those who want to venture into an enterprise of independent to drop that enterprise and come and join the party.
You speak so diplomatically about the problems in the NPP, and out there, even your members said the problem is bigger than the way you are portraying it. I mean, it has to be much more than the merely calling on them to drop whatever ambition they have. Have you had practical steps to go in and, stand the heat, go in there, try to talk to Njie, for example, and others to get them back?
We have been doing it and will continue to do that. Certainly be assured that the parties have been reaching out to people that we believe have a different opinion or who might think that they are one way or the other, they have been wrong. And we will always want to call all of them to think twice and come back to the party.
Okay, let's talk about the nominations that are coming on Monday, and on Monday at 9 o'clock. And it's going to be you and the NRP, of course. Yes. Those are friends. But how is your organization going to be at the regional level?
Yes, all logistical arrangements for the nominations are being in place. How
much money are you giving to each councillor aspirant?
I've been taken care of at this instant.
Just tell us the money. How much is it?
Certainly, I might not be in a position to.
But you certainly will give money.
To say.
How much are you going to give? Each will get 100,000 back.
Politics is all about, it has.
No, but your party must have drawn a budget for each councillor or each aspirant. How much is going for each?
Certainly, each ward councillor or constituencies, when they, I'm sure as you speak now, they must have got whatever logistical support that they might need in terms of finances to get themselves and their people to the registrations, the nomination centers for tomorrow, for Monday. Today is Saturday. For Monday, must have been, it involves a lot of things, transporting people, their people there, and also probably getting their their documentations and everything. So the party have been to the task, and as we speak at this hour, almost about 90 to 95% of all the logistics that are needed have been in place.
Wards are quite concentrated areas. Like, I'm talking now about when the campaign starts. It's going to be very congested. The ward is much smaller than the constituency, etc., in the region. So there is a high possibility that within a small space of area, different rival political party supporters might be met. How did you advise your NPP supporters to conduct themselves in that situation? You have a rival, a deep-seated rivalry, with the UDP.
After
there's fears of insecurity in a very concentrated area.
During the nominations and prior to the start of campaign, all candidates will submit what they call campaign itinerary.
Yes,
and then there is going to be reconciliations. And during those reconciliations, like in the same wards and wards that the proximity is more or less the same, the IEC, together with all the candidates, they will sit down and look at all the campaign itinerary and agree on to days and timing and venues of all itineraries. And all political parties and candidates are advised to strictly adhere to time and also venues and also the route. Even route, they will these things. But even at that, sometimes one reason or the other may occur and may seemingly seem to be in contravention of those. But as a party, we strictly advise our candidates and our campaign teams to strictly adhere to the IEC approved campaign itinerary, and also in case of any emergencies or thing that my warrant changes within before 48 hours or so, it should be IEC should be notified to either approve your change in itinerary or so, or disapprove it. But we want to call on all our people, all our candidates, to take the peace and stability of this country seriously, and to not use any derogatory remark, and to be guided by the campaign code of ethics as issued and signed, issued by IEC and signed and accepted by a candidate, and also to be civil in their discourse so that they will not create any problem during the campaign.
There are issues surrounding the local government elections. For example, the opposition United Democratic Party condemned the president's decision to set up an inquiry into the local councils. They said that it's politically motivated because the councils are led by opposition politicians, that if the intention of the government is to really do something about corruption, it should have, one, stayed with the Auditor General's recommendation as to the way forward for those financial queries. And in fact, there are greater problems at the central government level, which obviously overwhelmingly, supersedes or exceeds whatever is being discussed at the council level. So they believe these commissions, whatever they are called, are targeting their politicians so that you, the NPP, can discredit your opponents and therefore get an upper hand in the elections.
And this thing is not a matter of political party; it's a matter of national interest. And as a deputy speaker,
and welcoming that.
And as a deputy speaker and a citizen of this country, I have a stake in this, and that's their opinion. But that doesn't mean and doesn't make their opinion right. And for me, in fact, I think if...
But you have come out as a party clapping for the setting of the commission. Okay, that's political, isn't it?
And I think, in fact...
that's why they suspected that it's been done so that you people can get an upper hand.
And I think, for me, I made it very clear during our press conference that the mayors and chairmen of those councils, they should actually hail the president and hail the setting up of that commissions, and to show the entire Gambian that they're never corrupt, and they're incorruptible, and that they've been equal to the task, and they have served to the best interest of the people. And there was no mismanagement of public funds. Exactly. And that is the reason why
so they shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Following complaints received by government and also by, of course, by revelations from auditors, and the government set up these commissions of inquiry. And for example, if those chairmen and those mayors, and they believe and they are true to what they are talking about and they are preaching, in fact, they should actually call on all their membership and supporters and mayors and chairmen to comply with the decisions of the executive to set up these commissions of inquiry in accordance with Section 200 of the 1997 Constitution. And that, for them, they should in fact help in expediting the work of the commission, so that prior to even nominations, they will openly come out and organize press conference and told the whole world that we told you we are incorruptible, we are not corrupt, there is no mismanagement of public funds, there is no maladministrations, and there is no corruptions. And that we've been proven right by the commissions of inquiry. For me, I think for any of those, when I heard earlier on their leader talks about, and also he decried the level of corruption in this country, and I thought once the commissions of inquiry, that its sole objective is to unravel the alleged mismanagement of public funds, this would have been the first to celebrate the commissions and tell their people to abide by, because it's all about trying to find out the truth. Whether what's been alleged, that is corruptions, mismanagement of public funds, maladministrations, and so on and so forth, is indeed happening or not. That's the only thing that the commissions of inquiry is set to look into. Actually, I think they should support it.
Fair enough.
And that's a constitutional provision. You believe that?
Fair enough. Everybody thinks that everybody should support such an endeavor. The problem, however, is that the commission seems to be selective in that the objective, according to the president, in setting up the commission is because of the matters arising from the queries of the auditors. Now,
let me say, before that, the executive, through the Ministry of Local Government, Lands and Regional Government, initially, when they had those reports and those malpractices and those maladministrations, they set up an inquiry.
That was for one commission, one council.
No, let me finish. Kerr. They set up an inquiry to the KM.
That's Kerr.
No, let me finish. Yeah. They set up an inquiry to the KM.
Yeah.
Instead of the mayor of KM and their people complying with those inquiries,
they went to court
to block it.
Okay.
Meaning, there is something that they are hiding. They want to block something. If I believe that I am innocent, I am incorruptible, and there is no mismanagement of public fund in my council, and there's some allegations that went to the ministry of the supervising ministry, and they set up an inquiry, I will openly welcome the inquiry, but not to go to court to block that inquiry. And that shows that government have been doing a lot of efforts trying to establish and trying to go to find to the root causes on what might have been wrong or not. But the councils, they have been doing whatever they could within the limit of the law to block it. They went to court to block it
to block the establishment of interim committee.
Yes.
Okay. That's
not the interim committee.
No, the solution of the court.
There was. You did not understand. Yeah. This one is an inquiry.
Yeah.
To inquire into mismanagement of public funds in KMC.
Okay. Now, what happened? What people's problems is why isn't a similar commission formed to look at the misappropriation of funds? In fact, fraudulent activities, according to the Auditor General in some cases, about the CTO reports, the Banjo rehabilitation projects, the timber trade, which involve billions. Far more than the council's incomes combined. So that's why people find problems. What do you make of it in the National Assembly? Your committee had billions, millions and millions that the auditor queried in those three. No, I'm talking in those three audit queries. You were in the National Assembly.
Some of.
So why did the government start with that?
No, Lamin, you're
that's
wrong.
What people say. So what do you say about it?
No, you are wrong. The auditors, when they audit an institution, they make some queries or some statement and require explanation or further documentation from government or from those institutions, and they respond.
Yes. All that have been.
When you look at some of the things that are being reported by some of these local newspapers, in fact, are inaccurate.
No, there are ones that
no, let me finish. You have asked a question.
Okay, go ahead, yes.
If I don't answer the way you want it, just allow me to answer the way I think is correct.
Okay.
And they will just go and pick, for example, if the auditors are through the FPAC, Finance and Public Account of the National Assembly, in the whole or over 300 to 500 pages, and they talked about certain things, the papers, the newspapers, so this media will only write that, and they have not seen the follow-up, the reply, and also the follow-up reply of the auditors. Yes. They will not bring those for one reason or the other because they have been biased. With
one exception.
The
standards.
Let me finish.
Let me finish. Come with response.
No, let me finish.
From the subject.
Let me finish. So you see, you are defending.
I know what you're talking about.
So you see, you are defending your paper.
But for us, we always bring the reply of those subjects.
Correct.
Yes.
That's
and even the subject specialist comments.
Exactly. So you see, in that, you will have an idea. Because some time ago, I saw a headline. I think even on the Standard. When you read it, and you go through those documentation, there is more than what is written on some of those papers.
You are trying to say that the context is not due.
Sometimes, most of the time, the contexts are not appropriate. And then those things, sometimes when the auditors report and they make a follow-up, and they will say, in the next, they will give an opinion. this should be regularized or based on that, and all those things are being corrected.
But you haven't read where the auditor said up to the time of this report, our shares have not been rocketed. You haven't seen that. You've read all that.
No, you see, when the auditors,
those who have been subjected have had their reply.
No, you see,
until the auditor come to say that.
Yes.
Even though they replied, but up to this time,
yes, even
it has not been resolved.
In fact, even at the national assembly, you know, when you saw some of those things, it's not about corruption or mismanagement of funds. No, most of the time when they say, they will say this documentation here, and then they will also provide solutions. And at the FPAC presentations, when you see it, you will see most of the time when they will say at the time of writing, meaning that it is not cast in stone that when they are writing, it must happen. That's why they will say that, and then there will be documentation to show that those things are being. But government, under this, the government have zero tolerance for corruption. And then government under President Adam Barrow will continue to fight corruption.
You heard of the refund for global funds, $10 million.
And then
you heard about that.
Let me come in.
I think that's a complete audit report, not so.
You see, Lamin, there are a lot of audit reports.
Yeah.
It's a continuous process.
Absolutely, that's been happening
and
all
in
along.
every audit report, you will always have some queries, whether the risk is low or the risk is high, or there is no risk, but not just best practice. And it's been improved. I can assure you.
You had Editor General saying that the sad thing is that most of the recommendations they've made have not been implemented by government.
No, that's not accurate.
That's what the Auditor General said.
No, that's not accurate. He cannot say
said that.
Most of the recommendations.
Most of the recommendations have not been implemented by government. That's what he said.
Who is the Auditor General?
The former Auditor General.
Oh, that's the former.
Who did the auditor?
I don't know for one reason or why he said that, but that's not accurate. What I am saying is, you see, the auditors, even as you speak, even if they audit your own paper or this, they'll always see some
that money
some improvement.
Yes.
And they will always, you will always improve along the way. And that is what us as a government and in parliament, we want people to do their best to comply, at least 90% compliance with procedures, practices, and legal.
That's at the government level
requirement.
But at the council level, you want an inquiry.
No. You see,
why
government.
are you applying
because what happened at council and what happened at government.
More or less the same. In fact, worse. The recommendations from the auditor in the case of
I don't have some of those.
Secure report.
I don't have some of the.
You heard the auditor said
I don't have
money paid to secure report shouldn't have been 149 million. He said it. The auditor said it.
No. You see, when they raise
and they said the Banjul rehabilitation is a fraud. It has been changed several times.
No. That's not accurate.
Those are
no, that's not accurate.
You said in Parliament.
That's not accurate.
The auditor is not right.
That's what I'm saying. The auditor
is not right.
No, it's not accurate. You see, what happened was they raised procedural issues.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Lamin, allow me to finish, please.
Yes, procedural.
You are asking me a question.
Okay, go ahead.
We are not arguing.
We are arguing. We are not arguing.
Yeah,
we are arguing, obviously, on some points.
No, when you ask question, you allow me to respond.
So the auditor raised procedural problems, yes.
Yeah. Please allow me to respond.
For example, secure report. You said the cases with the councils and the central government are different. So let me hear.
Yeah, let me come in. You talks about the secure report and also
the Banjul roads rehabilitation.
You see,
the timber trade.
You see, when they raise issues of procedural errors, that does not mean there is corruption or mismanagement of public funds. When you look at the roads project in Banjul, when you go there, you won't say that building those roads, swages, and drainage is mismanagement of public funds or is wastage. No. They raised earlier on some procedural errors, but there was no corruption.
No, but that is where the problem is.
Let me finish first. Let me finish first.
Yeah.
There are some procedural errors, and those procedural errors were corrected since, and the project continues. And those who were raising it, they wanted the project to stop because they never wanted the project to go, because they knew that once the project is completed or in progress, the people of Banjul comes 2021 will massively vote for President Adam Barrow.
Do you think the Auditor General is part of those people?
Let me finish.
That's an independent
Let me finish, Lamin. We are all here. We are Gambian. I am not I will not go there to point a finger at anyone, but there are a lot of politics involved in the project of Banjul. You are aware and you know that every Gambian knows about it. There are a lot of politics in that Banjul project. But President Adama Barrow and his government were never broke. And they were determined to execute the project in the best interest of Banjulian and Gambians. And that the president, his instructions were and will still that people must obey the legal requirements of whatever they are doing, and also procedural to the 100%. And once he realized there was procedural errors, or once he realized there are some legal lacunas, or there are some legal implications, whatever people are doing, his instruction will be for that to be corrected. And that's have been done.
Actually, you don't have any problems with the project that actually payments for which had started even before its contract.
No, you see, that's what I'm telling you.
The currency that should have been paid have been changed. You have no problem with that.
No, you see, that's why I'm telling you. I said, for us as a government and as a party, we have a problem of every single procedural or legal error or problem. We have a problem of every mismanagement of a dime. That's why. Certainly.
You don't find it necessary to put up an inquiry?
Certainly. No, you don't need an inquiry to correct. No. You see, to correct a procedural error.
Let's talk about it, COVID. You remember there was
Lamin,
600 million.
Lamin, actually, I'm not
you
here.
Know about the COVID.
Actually, I'm not here on those days. I'm here.
I'm trying to say.
No. In fact, I am here for the
okay. Let's go ahead.
For the local government elections.
Yeah,
let's go in for the
so
local.
You feel that
let's go to the
commissions are necessary.
Let's go to the local government elections.
The commissions are necessary.
The commissions are necessary.
They are not for political reasons.
No.
Okay. Let's go ahead now.
Yes.
They are not for political reasons.
Yes.
They are for everybody's interest.
Yes.
Now the opposition feel that you are targeting them because you cannot beat them fair and square. You're trying to discredit them.
We will beat
so that the voters can poison opinion about them. That's what they said.
Yeah, that's political gimmick.
That if your party and government are interested in fighting corruption, they should have go further to the items I listed. So you believe they are different?
That's political gimmicks and political rhetorics, and I believe let us face the reality. Let them go and face the commissions, and also let's go and face the voters.
Okay, all right. Let's go to the final point now. Will be the chances of your party in all these things. In LRR, for it, let's start with LRR. You almost shared the votes there in the parliamentary elections with the opposition there. With your selection now, do you have any hope that you can unseat landing?
For LRR, the election is a foregone conclusion. We will definitely win, considering our support base and what we're doing in terms of development as a governing party, and also bringing all our supporters together, and the huge support we continue to have in LRR, looking at the 2021 presidential elections, the parliamentary elections, and also our current assessment of the situation, we will win.
You know, I said you shared the constituencies there between you and the independent, even though the independent finally later went to join the party.
That's NPP. In the LRR, we had more seats than any other party.
That was an independent. That was the BOVA, but it later joined your period. I agree. What about NBR?
In North Bank region, we'll win easily.
You did not win easily in the parliamentary.
We did.
You lost Lower Nyomi, Lower Badibu, and I think Central Badibu.
We won Upper Nyomi. We won
Central Badibu.
We won Lower Nyomi.
And Lower Badibu.
We won Jokadu. We won Ilyasa.
Okay.
And then we won Sabasanjar by proxy.
All right. So what about Sierra? Okay, you swept those ones. Yes. Let's talk about West Coast. You had only one constituent in the parliamentary elections. That is Yundum. You lost everywhere else. How confident are you?
Scientifically, we won the parliamentary elections as we did in the presidential election in West Coast.
What do you mean scientifically? The popular vote, you want to say?
Yes, because when you look at the votes in West Coast and in KM, in West Coast where we lost, you see we have NPP candidate, in some instance, you have some regional or constituency or ward executive members of NPP contesting as independent, plus one or two other independent candidates, plus our votes in each particular constituency. We have more than 60% of the votes, most of the constituencies in West Coast.
Popular votes.
Yes. So therefore,
you
because
want to translate those popular votes
into,
but the similar divisions are still there, like with
but but that divisions will not be as costly or as deadly as the parliamentary. You know, as I said, most of our people learn their lesson from the parliamentary division we had. That is why now, in fact, if you look at even our nominations, the APRC nominations, you will see a formidable force of all alliance partner parties as opposed to the parliamentary, because you know the essence of
what force
mistakes.
You have only APRC and the NPP in that alliance. You said is a force. The PPP is not there. The GPDP.
The GPDP is there. The Citizen Alliance
by your own assessments, those ones have virtually no support.
No,
otherwise you would have allowed them.
No, not by my assessment. We have not said that.
The party's assessment.
No, the party's assessment is that each party is important to us, and
I hardly see a GPDP supporter. I don't know what colors they were. I hardly recognize.
No, each party is important to us, and each voter is important to us, and we are all working together in unison to make sure not a single vote, or not a single voter, or not a single party will be left behind.
Because not a single vote go astray from the NPP.
Yes, because ultimately each vote counts. So because of that, we are going into West Coast and to KM, Banjul, Birkama, Basse, Kuntaur with all the seriousness and united in purpose with all our...
So let's make it easy, break down finally. 120 seats. How many seats would you win in the world? And how many are you projecting for NPP?
It's the wish of every political party.
I saw your wish, but realistically, what do you think? How much do you think you can have? How many of them you can use?
We are determined to win all.
I know you know, but that's not possible. But where are you sure? How many are you sure?
The metric I have and the information that we are getting from our people, each constituency they are saying they'll win their votes.
But you can't win. I'm saying, where do you say? But that's why I brought in the scenario in the regions.
But that's what they are saying. So we at this instant, we can only believe in what they are telling us until proven otherwise.
Let me make it easy for you. So let's say you will win the most of the councillor seats. Yeah, I make that easy.
That's certain. Inshallah. That's certain.
Right. What about the chairmen? If there are 8 administrative
certainly
areas. Let's go. 8 administrative areas.
Yes.
How many do you think you will win?
We'll win all of them. For the chairmanship and mayors,
yes,
we'll win all of them. We'll come back here and
yes,
and
we will come here on April 16th.
You'll say Seedy Njie, yes, Lamin. April 16th and May 20th.
All right, thank you very much. The Honorable Seedy Njie is the Deputy Speaker, National Assembly, and Deputy Spokesman of the governing National People's Party, who are going to have their nominations for area councillors on Monday in the morning. They will be followed by NRP in the afternoon. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us.
Thank you.
Good. We will be back on the brunch, with the brunch next week.
We live in a day and age where technology is creating a world without borders, filled with unlimited potential to improve the lives of the people around us. Innovarex Global Health ushers in a new way of leveling the playing field with increased access to quality healthcare services delivered at your doorstep. Our qualified professionals are equipped with state-of-the-art point-of-care testing technology, to conduct tests such as kidney function, liver function, electrolyte tests, body composition, hemoglobin, A1C, and many more services with the highest efficiency in delivering results. The addition to our flagship, Wellness on Wheels, more fondly known as WOW Delivery Service, brings the entire clinical experience full circle. IGH has remained committed to creating the future of healthcare delivery. Gone are the days of sending loved ones outside the country for basic medical services. Innovarex Global Health offers a new peace of mind and takes pride in delivering the quality of care we all deserve.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.